Finally. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing?
Good evening. You forgot again, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget. It froze, and I was like, don't freeze right now, just as we're about to go live. Panic Stations. Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Welcome to episode 8 of the podcast. How are we all doing? Steph, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Enjoyed a day off after a busy bank holiday weekend. It's been nice. Yeah, I was just saying off air, wasn't it? It's episode 8 already, where it only seems like the click of a finger did we do our last show of episode 7 where we introduced our ambassadors, and in that time we've had 3 weekends of solid, absolutely epic racing. So tonight's show is all about that. In the 3 weeks that we've been off air, we are going to cover what's been happening. Really, even you've been racing, or we've been racing, eh, Steph?
Yes, we have.
So we were thankfully at the at Silverstone for the opening round of the BRSCC's weekend. And we've got 4 fantastic guests on with us this evening, which will be joining us in just a moment. We will just get through doing all the news, saying hello to people. We've got comments coming in already, which is great. Good evening, Dave. How are we?
Good evening.
Hope you're well, buddy. Got a couple of pictures, I think, on tonight's show that may or may not be from this man here, which is always good. But yeah, I genuinely cannot believe we've what's it been, as you say, 7 episodes. Sorry, my laptop is running really slowly tonight. I keep trying to put that away. So yeah, it's obviously been 7 episodes, and we've been like leading up to the race season. And we're like, it's felt like an age, isn't it? No racing. And then suddenly, 3 weeks ago, we rocked up at Silverstone, and it seems like, I think nearly the vast majority of clubs have kicked off their seasons now. So, it's been good. Glad to be back racing. And it now makes us busy again, eh, Steph?
Yeah, gives us something better to talk about than winter builds.
All the what's on, all the doing all the podcast stuff. It's just never ending. So yeah, it's good to be back. That's for sure. Guys, obviously, if you're watching on our YouTube and our Facebook, get your comments in. Come and say hello. Have you been racing? Have you been racing in the last 3 weeks? Are you gearing up to go racing next week? Let us know. It doesn't have to be racing. Have you been marshalling? Have you been togging at the tracks, getting all these fantastic pictures, which you will see later on in the show? Unless you're an audio listener, then you have to watch it back on YouTube. Let us know. It's been so good to be back. It's been great. There's been tons of live streams as well. We've been spoiled with stuff like that. So it's been great to see it all, especially when you've got guys like us that spend our bank holidays at work. Hey, Steph.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been working. We haven't been sat watching live streams of motorsport all weekend at all.
Definitely not. Very busy working.
Very busy working indeed. Right, I'm going to get over to the news. As I say, we're already 5 minutes into it. And then what we'll do, we've got a competition announcement this evening as well. And then, as I say, we've got our 4 fantastic guests coming on to talk about how their seasons have started. And we've tried to get a few different angles. So hopefully we get a nice little picture of how everyone's racing's been going. So we'll start off with the news first. And the first thing I've got, and I haven't printed it off, so you have to bear with me whilst I read stuff on my phone. So the first bit of news is, I didn't put a picture up for this, but the AIM Technologies Mazda Championship, which one of our ambassadors is actually racing in this year. And annoyingly, he had a bit of a mare this weekend, but we won't cover that yet. They wanted to announce earlier on, a couple of weeks ago, that they're going to be limiting their championship to 14 Toyo R888R tyres. And it's going to be running on a barcode system again, which we're seeing a lot of championships starting to do that now.
Yeah.
I love the idea. Don't get me wrong, I've never done it. I'll be interested to hear your views on it. But I've always been a little bit like, as we've said it in the past, haven't we? If you've got tons and tons of money to go club racing, you can just buy endless amounts of tyres. It's really nice to see these championships bringing in this barcode system. So you're allocated, I think it was they were allocated 14 of those tyres throughout the year. And obviously you then got to use them wisely throughout the year. You can't go full set fresh tyres every weekend.
No. Well, how many rounds do they do? Because 14 could still be quite a lot.
I'll read the whole thing. Competitors will be able to purchase barcoded tyres from Polysport and nominate which tyres they will use at each race weekend.
Yeah.
So I guess they obviously got pre-scan and tell them what you can have. The Mazda is an offshoot of the low-cost championship for 7S kit cars. And I must say, watching the live stream on the weekend, because they were at Donington, it was fantastic racing. Didn't fall quite well for our ambassador Eddie, but we will explain that in a later. I think he's still a bit sour, bless him. Yeah, I think he was fighting. He finished second after a safety car and bent back in race one, then had a technical infringement, and then got put back towards the back, and then had a mechanical failure. So not his best weekend. But we'll cover that. We'll cover that when we cover back over with the ambassadors. I haven't actually put it here how many rounds they get. So if anyone is watching and they know how many rounds the ambassadors get, let us know. But it was a good, fantastic racing, great to watch.
Yeah, but generally, I think it's a great idea, and it does.
And then my next bit of news, and the best thing is now that racing started, there's not a great deal of announcements and news to announce. I think it's great.
Yeah.
What's that, Steph? Frozen. I don't know if it's my laptop tonight.
Yeah, you're a bit laggy tonight. Yeah, no, I was just saying. I do think it's a great idea. It saves money in club motorsport.
Yeah, I have no idea.
As long as as long as there's not, if it's 14's enough in the rounds. If there's only like 6 races and you get 14 tyres, then it doesn't really benefit anyone. But
no,
if you have to be clever about it and stuff, then it'd be good.
The thing is, it's a relatively new idea. Quote me if I'm wrong. It's certainly, I think the Mini Club Sport Challenge.
Yeah,
run it.
Yeah,
don't
they
they?
do as well. Yeah,
I've not heard of much of it. I'd imagine championships have probably been doing it for years, but the fact it's trickling down into the club stuff.
Well, that's what the touring cars do, isn't it? So
yeah, but they've got an unlimited budget of stuff like that, haven't they? If you're in touring cars, you've got hundreds of thousands of pounds. As where club races have got £100.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it should be good, and I'd imagine more championships will start adopting it once they get the hang of it. And I guess as the years go on, they'll adjust, the allowance and stuff as it goes. But yeah, be cool. It'd be interesting. Like you say, one of our ambassadors, Eddie, is going to be running that this year, so it'd be interesting to follow that.
Yep, definitely.
And see how it goes. I'm just going to pop over to some more comments because our comments are lighting up as well quickly. Oh, here we go. So Dave has been. He's not been taking photos, but he went to see the GT racing yesterday.
Nice.
Oh, Chester's 2 weeks with Snet. That's not great. Was that because you were all the rain and stuff from this weekend at Alton Park? That was it was horrendous weather up there.
Looked pretty soggy.
I did see as well. I saw some people queuing for nearly an hour to get in to actually get into Alton Park. So I think where it chucked it down so bad. Yeah. I think everybody got a bit of it though, didn't they? Like, saw Brands was sunny and raining. It seemed like a tricky weekend for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Martin Balby. Good evening, gents.
Evening.
I don't know if it's worth you bringing up the comments, Steph. I'm so laggy here. I do apologise, everybody. I'm clicking it, but it's just...
Yeah. Evening, Jason. Evening, Ashley. How you doing?
2 seconds. Hi there, can you
Any idea how the barcodes are added to the tyres? Honestly, no idea. I would have to guess, but I'm guessing I think they're printed from manufacturer. Then I believe, from what I know from the mini challenge stuff, you have an app, and you can scan your barcode and you can log what tyres are yours via the app, and then upload what tyres you're using, etc. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what my guess would be. Good evening, Joe. Hope you're all well. So from my screen, it looks like we've lost Nick, and Nick's the one with the with tonight's schedule for what's going on. So this is going to get interesting with just me on my own, isn't it? Brilliant. So what I'm going to do is he coming back? Is he not? There he is. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I have no idea what's going on this evening.
No, and I've got no script, so there's no good leaving me on my own.
No, I thought that. I was like, he's on his own. I'm even sat closer to the router, so not quite sure what's going on there. So, right, all the comments are popping up and stuff like that. I think what we'll do, I have got one more bit of news, two more bits of news actually. Anglesey has new roller doors.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So before I cut off there, I was saying that the news has fizzled out really, because now the racing does the talking, the racing does the announcing and stuff like that.
So is that what we're down to now?
Yeah, we're literally announcing that Anglesey has roller doors. I think they did one set before Christmas, and now this year they've now got the whole lot there. So when it does come to racing at Anglesey and it's horrible weather, Race of Remembrance we were talking about in the background before we went live, you can now hide and shelter behind a brand new roller door. So well done, Anglesey. It's good. It's good to see Track's investing still though.
Yeah, 100%.
That's good. And then also, I say that's the last bit of news. We've actually got some actual news. A little while back, we teamed up with Wired GoPro Remote to do a little giveaway. Now, that was ongoing for a little while. Tom and his team have since got in touch with me, and they have announced the winner. So they wanted us to read it out this evening. And I want to say a huge congratulations to Paul Solby for winning a Wired GoPro Remote kit, courtesy of our sponsors, Wired GoPro Remote. So I'm pretty sure, I think Tom, after this announcement, Tom is going to be getting in touch. So a massive thank you to everybody who got involved with that, because they're great little kits, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've used them before, and it definitely helps when you're strapped in the car and everything. You can just hit the button and
nothing worse is that you pull your straps out and you suddenly go, camera. So
yeah, definitely.
Good bit of kit. So again, massive thank you to Tom and his team for doing a giveaway for us and all of our followers. And yes, Pete, Paul, we will be in touch regarding that. So
beautiful.
You're still going for the comments, Steph. I'll let you be in charge of comments today. I can't seem to touch much.
Yeah, quickly. So Mike's come out. Any concern based on that would be the tyres are hard to source with that cost rise and what's. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure how it's done. If they're done out of the manufacturer and someone else does it when they've got the tyres, I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, as you say, it does keep it competitive. Having the limited tyres, which is good, rather than everyone just gonna, if you've got the money, just keep chucking new ones on all the time. So yeah, definitely. And Kay is looking forward to tonight's show. And we are up to date on that now, Nick.
Hey, I recognise that young lady.
Your internet is terrible tonight.
Cool, you know. Great. Well, just one last one, and then we're going to get our guests on, because I can see them all itching at that in the background. And excellent. So I do apologise if people can't hear me. I'll just keep on rattling off. You'll hear what you can hear. What I have to say is she's going to kill me for this, and that is to wish my oldest daughter, bless her, a happy 19th birthday. And I've got some photos up here of all the time she's been racing with us.
Later.
There we go. Look at her early doors, racing in the Vauxhall, bless her. And that's us sat at Druids when we were younger. But yes, happy birthday, Lily, darling. I just want to say that. And I'm happy on birthday. Here. Horrible. Yeah. Back away. Well, she's 19 now. Scary stuff. But anyway, that is all the news. That's all me waffling around. I'm going to bring our guests in. What do you reckon? Who wants to talk to some guests? I can try. This has gone. I genuinely don't know what's going on tonight. Usually got great internet, and the router is literally here. I'm sat next to it tonight.
What are you downloading in the background, though?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I did all my downloading early on. I got everything ready for the show. And now it's just gone to pop. So anyway, right, without further ado, let's bring our guests in because they are patiently waiting in the background. Right, first of all, let's bring in Mr. Jag driver, James Wall.
Hello, good evening, guys. How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
We've also got Sarah Dennis and Jamie Millar.
Evening.
Evening.
From Puretrack Racing. And then last but not least, a very good commentator and a regular voice to many. Good evening, Dave Goddard.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are we? Right.
I said good morning. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. As you probably heard in the background, my internet has gone to shit. So at least now, Steph, you've got guests where you can cover a conversation.
Yeah, if you just hold the questions up on your screen and then I'll just read them out.
I've got no questions, mate. This is a free for all tonight.
Oh, go for it.
Tonight is purely about. So the main thing is obviously racing has started in 2024. James, you were racing last weekend, weren't you? The CSCC.
Yeah, 23rd and 24th at Donington.
Slow again.
Of March. Oh, you got me, Nick? Oh,
yes.
It's like dial-up, isn't it?
I mean, now we're April. Obviously,
we've got back in time. Yeah. Just ignore it. Just keep talking. You're just about 10 minutes too slow, Nick. So just quiet.
All right. Well, you're on your own then, Steph. You're going to have to carry this one.
I have no idea what was going on.
Anything I can try.
What's your plan for this year? How's it going so far? You back racing?
Who's that? Is that for me, Steph?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. No problem. Yeah, we'll get there in the end. Nothing like a bit of technology. So, yeah, I started the Jag series, Berkshire Jag series at the CSCC it was the 23rd and 24th at Donington. And it was a good opening weekend. I was racing with the Auto Reserve Parts team, who have got two cars in the championship, the diesel, which I'm driving currently, which Dave in a minute will have to come and fill in the backstory as to the nickname of Dick Dastardly. And Andy, my teammate, Andy Harper, is racing an S-Type R, which is a sort of 500 brake horsepower V8 supercharged monster. And he had a great weekend. He had a double win. I got one class win. So it was a good opening weekend for the team, good reliability. And it was, as always, great to be back out on track. It's been a long winter. And within 5 minutes of being out in qualifying, your senses are alive, and we all know why we do it.
Yeah, 100%. Beautiful. What made you choose a Jag in the first place, though?
Well, I've always had a strange love affair with Jags. My dad's a big Jag man, and then one of my mates, a good mate of mine, Tom Lenthal, runs an independent Jaguar Land Rover specialist. He's raced in XJS for years. I managed to persuade him with a few Chinese burns to let me have a go in his car, which he very kindly did, and that was it. I was hooked then. And then somehow, by hook or by crook, I've managed to beg, borrow, and steal cars, and just hustle my way onto the grid, whatever it takes. And I had a really good drive at Brands last year in the dirty diesel, and narrowly missed out on an overall podium finish. I just love the car. It's just crazy. It's got loads of torque. It's just crazy. When I first met Andy, who bought the car to the grid a couple of years ago, I remember seeing him at Mallory Park in he wasn't actually racing, he was getting the car built. It was aluminium XJ car, Paddock, and he's getting the scrutineers to look at over, he's building it over the winter. I said to Tom, God, look at that. That's a cool car to bring out. An XJ aluminium body, quite lightweight. I wonder if he's going to put the supercharged in it, the V8, or just a V8 normally aspirated. And he went, no, he's putting a diesel in it. I was like, what? Diesel in it? But in the Jaguar world, without going too into it, but if you remember the S type, they used to put they made a manual S type back in period. So in the mid 2000s, you could go to Jaguar dealership and buy a V6 diesel mated to a manual gearbox. They didn't do it in the XJ. So actually, in engineering terms, it's quite an easy route. And but it's hilarious because it just literally bellows out loads of smoke. And I know that it's probably rather than me hogging along, like Dave, you should come in and you've commentated on it enough, and you gave me my new nickname.
Yes. Yeah, that's where the nickname comes from, because it was at Snetterton last year that the diesel Jag was kicking out a heck of a lot of black smoke. Looked like it should have been in a truck race. And I said in the commentary at one point, look at the smoke screen coming out of that. It's like Dick Dastardly laying a smoke screen in Wacky Races. James and the team picked up on it, and the name stuck.
Well,
yeah. So I'm now called Dick for short.
Is my internet now working?
It seems better, yes.
Yeah.
Right, I think I fixed it. So whilst we're on that subject,
James Wall at the head of this group in the ex-Andrew Harper, the diesel XJ. And in the earlier Jaguar Le Mans and IMSA colours there, the green, that's the S-type of Andrew Rogerson, running in the guest class this weekend, not registered for points in the championship. Look at the diesel smoke there. It's like Dick Dastardly laying a smoke screen in Wacky Races.
There we go. Love that. And as you say,
I think that's become my most replayed commentary clip of all, you know.
I love that. And as we said, true to his name, he's then going to put it on the door of the car as well. So
awesome.
But let's be honest, it is a fantastic bit of kit.
No, that's the S type from that's my teammate there. That's Andy. That's Andy. He got the double win. That's Andy as well. And you might recognise the livery. That's me there. Look.
There we go.
So we've got the 1998 silk cut livery inspired look.
Yeah, nice.
Which is quite cool because obviously it's synonymous with the Jag. So
best motorsport livery ever, in my opinion.
Well said, Dave.
Oh, that's a.
I did say in my opinion.
Okay, that is a call for sure, but it is definitely a brilliant looking car. As you say, we've got more photos of it here. Whoa.
What's it like to drive though, being such a big car?
It's actually surprisingly light because it's aluminium. It's surprisingly light. And the guys, so I've got to do a shout out definitely to Craig and Mark. So they sort of work on the motorsport side, auto reserve parts, and they've developed this car. They got BC coilovers in it, so they're taking out because it used to have a suspension in period. There's a road car, so they've got BC coilovers. It's pumping out about 250 brake horsepower. And it was doing about in period again standard road cars about 205. It's the old. I think it's a joint venture with Peugeot and Jaguar. Had this kind of lump that they put together. It was in quite a lot of cars. Everything from like Peugeots in period right the way through to these Jags. And but inside, honestly, the guys have such a job. It's like sitting in, I feel like I'm sitting in a touring car. Honestly, like it's immaculate inside. They've fabricated their own cage. It's got all, it's got everything you need in it. And there's a couple of us that have driven it. Myself, Mike Seaborn, I think has been on the show before. And Mark Bennett, who works for Andy, has also started racing as well. So he had his first race at the end of the season, last season in it. And it's a real hoot. The only thing, the torque catches you out, particularly in the wet. It can, it's got no, it's got very limited, there's no aids in it. So you're just having to use that old school throttle. But it being, it's a classic kind of front engine, rear wheel drive setup. And it's so well balanced. I can't tell you.
I do love watching them.
Intuitive it is just to drive it, and so it's great. It's just a right laugh, and of course it does. It's quite funny for the competitors because everyone gets bent out of shape in the paddock with me, and they're all going, I don't want you to get in front of me because I'll be swallowing. One of the guys that we raced, Tim Morant, said he was swallowing the diesel the whole way around when I was in front of him. So it doesn't. But it's really great, and it's that's Tim there actually. Yeah, that's so.
So he's definitely trying to keep you behind then.
Yeah, and as you can see, I unfortunately had a rogue bonnet pin there that I had to come in.
Yeah.
and get sorted, which is a real shame. But look, it's again one of the highs and lows of motorsport. But the reliability was there. It was just frustrating that something so
trivial.
Just decided to break away. But I still managed to class it on the Saturday, and it's a right laugh, and really enjoy doing it. So I'm really thankful for the Auto Reserve guys for letting me go out and try and do right in it.
I'm curious though of how does the leather armchair and the pipe how do you sit in the chair like that and
I know
with a little cap
exactly. I mean, some of us. One of the guys actually, Charles Jackson. He's actually got, believe it or not, and it's been signed off by scrutineers. He's got a straw hat that he's actually attached to the rear parcel shelf of his car, and that's hilarious because you drive up behind him or something, and he's got this straw hat in the back.
What is that?
Which I think again, it's just great. Look, we know we're a bit of an odd bunch. We've either got passion for Jags because we grew up with them, and obviously, look, the motorsport now with their Formula E isn't to everyone's taste. But I know Dave Goddard, with his encyclopedia knowledge, will remember all of the great stuff with the. You go back to the Le Mans wins we mentioned, the Walkinshaw XJSs, which are just to die for. I mean, there's a few ballers in the paddock that can afford the V12s. They're like, you've got James Ram, Guy Connew are just like burning money for fun. But, some of us
Guy Connew's got an even more amazing one, the Bob Tullius Trans Am replica XJS. It was being raced at Donington at the weekend by Melvin Hooker because Guy was racing his Mark II in the 366s. That is a stunning car.
Gorgeous kit.
And Dave, you'll remember the last race of the season at Donington last year. Do you remember? Yes. I mean, you've got us going. You'll take it far better than me. It's your day job. You just set the scene and just tell us about it because it was just phenomenal.
Yeah. That race, we went into it with Guy Connew and Jack Robinson in classes A and B, level on points. And if they both won their class, it would be the title was going to be decided on number of class wins over the course of the season. And that race, because the meeting had run on delayed a bit and it was October, that race ran in the dark. It was dark by the time that race finished. I don't know how everyone could see where they was going. It was unbelievable.
That's cool.
And I was thinking, if these drivers both win their classes, Guy takes it 11 class wins to 10 on tiebreak over the course of the season. And Andrew so nearly got past him on so many occasions. If Andrew passed Guy, Jack would have won the title.
It's unbelievable. And the flames were kicking out of Guy's side exhaust, weren't they? And it was just...
Yeah. It was surreal.
It was just unbelievable.
It was as if it was an endurance race going into the dark. It was unbelievable.
Oh, I love it.
Proper good stuff. So I know it's not as cool as like BMWs and all that kind of stuff and M3s, but for us saddos that like the Jags,
you say but it is because it's so different as well, isn't it?
We are absolute. Everyone could buy an EP3. Everyone can buy an M3. There's no originality in that. And that's why we got such a soft spot for the Jags and all those different race cars out there. I mean. Sarah, Jamie, you guys running Megans. You don't see many of those on the racetracks out there, do you? There's so many cars that you can take racing. We love it when you see something different. Well, look at us. Steph's got his Focus ST. You don't see many of them on the racetrack. Yeah. And then me with the old Vectra Challenge car. There's not many of those left. I think there was one at Brown Tax the weekend, wasn't there, Dave?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Was there?
I saw one going round. I kept getting sent videos like, Nick, look, there's another one out there. I'm like, oh, get excited. But we're definitely we're softies for something different, that's for sure. But talking of the Megans and stuff, guys, do you want to tell us about your the start to your seasons?
Do you want to start, Sarah?
Let's start high.
We start at the low. Why don't you start the high and then we'll work our way down to the low?
Yeah.
There you go, Jamie. Your turn.
we were racing in the Supersport Endurance a couple of weekends ago at Silverstone when you were there, Nick and Steph.
We were there.
So I was in Puretrack's Clio 200, the one at the front there, 1, 2, 3. It's a new car built for this year. So it's a 2-hour endurance race. There's 2 drivers in each car, so there's me and Martin in that one. We went out in quali. We done 3-4 laps each just to get quali out of the way. I think we qualified pretty much last on the grid. And Martin went out, done an hour stint, got into a good position, come in, done a mandatory pit stop, went out again for, I think, 20 minutes, back in for the second mandatory pit stop. Then I jumped in. I think when I went out, we were 5th in class.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's going well. The car felt good considering it's a newly built car.
Newly built cars work perfectly, do they not?
Yeah. So I wasn't really feeling it that weekend for some reason. So I just got stuck in. Little MX-5 come up behind me and had to play with that for about 15 minutes. Then I realised it wasn't in my class. So just let him go past. Started to rain a little bit. So I slowed off a bit. And then I got told we're running 3rd in class. And push a bit quicker if I can. But the fuel was running out. I didn't know how long we had left. So I pushed a bit more, light come on. And then I think it was last couple of laps. He said, just send it. So I just did, hoping it wouldn't run out of fuel. And then come across the finish line thinking we're 3rd. And then he come over the radio and said, you got 2nd.
Nice.
So nice little surprise. So yeah, nice little surprise for that. And good first race for the car.
Yeah.
So
no, that's really good. It's always nice, isn't it, when you don't realise where you placed, you know, like especially over because is it a 2-hour endurance race?
Yeah, 2-hour endurance race, and you've got to do 2 pit stops that are, I think they're 3 minutes each.
Yeah.
From pit entry to pit exit.
So it's always obviously when you put the endurance element into it, obviously when you go into pit, you don't obviously everybody then just disappears. You don't necessarily know who's where, who you're fighting.
Yeah.
So,
no, exactly.
We do kind of. I knew where Jamie was because I was on the comms, but we sort of made the executive decision not to tell him where he was. I don't know whether I'll commit. Yeah, it's sometimes it's that added pressure that if he's performing well, why tell him? Where the position he was in, he was going to finish in that position unless something went really wrong. Yeah. Let's tell him the good news when he gets out. Let's not put the pressure on him so he makes a mistake and comes off on the last lap. So.
You've done that to me, Donington last year.
I did, yeah.
Smart in that. You don't
No. So, yeah. And then I'll let Sarah tell the story of the downs of the weekend.
I mean, on the whole, the weekend was good. It was our first weekend running 6 cars.
So I'm just going to interject there because I genuinely thought I was seeing things like that first weekend. I know it's been a long off season, but it seemed to be everywhere I looked, there was a Puretrack Racing car there, and I'm like, what is going on?
They're everywhere. They just get everywhere.
Everywhere, and I think that is fantastic, and they all look amazing cars out there.
Thank you. It was a hard winter. We just seem to keep adding to them. I think the Renaults keep breeding. Coming up to the race weekend, it was full on trying to make sure everything was ready. We had about, I think, 42 guests. That's our new Megane. That's just been built. So new. We finished it on the Friday night and hadn't even turned a wheel on it. But that actually finished 3rd. So that did really well. We then had another 2 cars running in Club Sports, which was Steve Watson. They're both in Clio. Steve Watson, Steve Harrison, and then another Megane in Club Sport with Graham Price. And we got our first Puretrack win of the season, actually, with Steve Harrison, and a podium for Steve Watson in 3rd. So everyone had a great weekend. Yeah.
I think out of the 6 cars,
trophy.
Out of 6 cars, we had 4 podiums, didn't we, across the weekend?
We did. We did, and all the cars finished bar mine that decided after a nice 12-hour race at Anglesey that they didn't even want to do a quarter of a lap of Silverstone. So
race cars are finicky bloody things, weren't they? So I did see. So James, you sent me this photo here.
Oh yeah,
no, so,
that's not that one.
That's still not great.
I think it's better than the other one they've got.
But you did send me this one as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I feel your
pain. I mean, that was after I took myself off for. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I may have had a little cry. I think I was just so exhausted trying to get all the cars ready with the other half and all the team, and it's really hard. You've got sponsors there and guests, and everyone's bringing in these podiums, and you're really pleased for the team because it's your team. But you're kitted up in your crash helmet, just about to get in the car after 6 months, and then you see your car coming on the back of a low loader, and you're like, right. And you know the hard work that's going to come as well, don't you? You're like, oh no, I've got to rebuild the engine. So yeah, it was bittersweet. I was like, oh yeah, I'm all good, I'm all fine, and then I ran back to the garage and cried. Yeah, and that's where that picture came from.
Honestly, why do we do it? Why do we all do this thing?
I don't know.
It is bittersweet for sure. I mean, we're going through the through the motions with it at the moment, aren't we, Steph? Like, your car's fine, mine not so much. Obviously, blew the engine last year, but the new engine that we bought keeps throwing things at us. Just one thing after another. I just got on to. Sorry.
We're racing this weekend. I don't even think yours is ready to go yet, is it, Sarah?
Yeah, thanks for that. Well, what happened was Jamie's car, straight after the race, decided it did brilliant in the race, and then went, actually, I don't want my gearbox anymore. So it shed its gearbox. So we started repairing that, and then we're like, oh God, we're racing on Saturday, on Sunday, and my car is currently, as we speak, I've got Matt and Alfie under it, putting the engine in now. So hoping, thanks to those guys if they are online, thank you. They're currently working on it as we speak.
Fixing your car.
Yeah,
hopefully.
If not, you can always jump in my car for a stint.
Did everyone hear that? Did we record this?
Just for the record, this is being recorded, so everybody's just heard that one.
I did offer you a stint at Silverstone.
You did. To be fair, I was trying to make sure my other driver, Matt Adams, got in there, because obviously being the team, we make sure all our paid drivers drive the car first.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got him in another car, and I just wanted to make sure everyone had a go, and it comes second to whatever I get to do, you know. But yeah, she better not let me down this weekend, otherwise we're going to be having words.
Strong words for sure.
Strong words.
I will just pop over to some of the comments. Bear with me, Steph, if you did put any of these up. But I see. Good evening, Ashley Sarah, as well. Finally got some talent on.
Evening, Ashley.
He's obviously talking about Jamie.
Absolutely. And then we've got.
Oh, it's my old man.
It's your old man.
Yeah.
Team. And then also Lee Worley's put no smoke, no poke, right?
It's true.
I think that's definitely
about the Jag.
Yeah, I think that's
There's another sticker for you, James.
No smoke, no poke.
Yeah, I could have that on the other side, couldn't I?
Oh, it's great. Oh, anyway, so we'll come over to you then, Dave. How was your weekend? Because obviously you've had a bumper weekend that you were saying you've been to both Donington and then you were commentating on Brands Hatch this weekend.
Yes, indeed. I had a very busy weekend. It was supposed to start off with Speedway on Friday night, but that was rained off.
Nice.
Then I went to watch Donington on Saturday. We had a BARC club meeting. Very good racing from the Classic Touring Car Racing Club. Some lovely new cars out in that one. I was particularly impressed with the Classic Thunder Saloons. A few new names out in that one.
That is going to be one to watch this year, I think.
Massive grid, wasn't there? It was huge.
Yeah, there were about 40 cars in, so it was brilliant.
Yeah,
I know. And you see Jimmy Broadbent out in Minty. That was good as well, wasn't it? He didn't do very well.
Unfortunately, that was only there on the Friday. I think it broke down on Friday, and he wasn't there on Saturday, so I didn't see him.
Oh, okay.
But there was tons of cars there, wasn't there? And our mate Nick, I know you know Nick Vaughan, he was out again.
Vaughan the Prawn, second place.
Vaughan the Prawn.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that Audi is road legal.
I know.
He's got a rookie MOT station, doesn't he?
He's got a very good MOT guy, I'm sure of it.
I need to find. He only lives 2 roads over from me, so I'll find out where he goes.
I'd love to test drive that car myself at some point.
I wouldn't. Did you see his onboard footage from when he went testing at Bedford Autodrome?
Yes. Yeah. Unbelievable. You see his dad in the front seat.
Yeah. How was it? It was all right.
Yeah.
A bit fast.
It was absolutely, yeah. But the whole time,
it's just a rocket ship, isn't it? You just hold on.
Yeah,
it's just like
crazy.
But yeah, no, I think Thunder for sure. It's great to see as well. It's great to see so many different cars coming along to Thunder and literally giving it a go, because it's that one place where just silly cars can go. I love it.
What else did we have? We had Brick Car Trophy. I didn't get to see British Endurance on the that was on the Friday. But Brick Car Trophy, great to see numbers going back up there. Plenty of Ginettas and loads of Clios in their dedicated class for them as well. That's went really well. We also had the Mini 7s and Milias. They were as mad as ever.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And some big names out in them as well. We had wins for Jeff Smith and Andrew Jordan of BTCC fame in the past, and even Colin Turkington appeared in one. He's trying to race everything this year.
I know. Well, he was there the weekend we were at Silverstone, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's in the MX-5, and then wasn't his son in the Fiesta Juniors, I heard?
No. His son was there. I was having a good old chat with him. He's got his head screwed on that boy. He'd be a name to watch out for in the future.
My theory is I'm wondering if Colin is just trying all these different series, championships, to see where is best suited for his lads.
That wouldn't surprise me. I've already got my eye on the lad. He's been in my car a couple of times now, and I'm like, do you like it? And he's like, I love it. I'm like, right, there we go.
He's doing
planted the seed.
He's doing that dad thing, isn't he? He's I've got to test it to make sure it's okay. Let's go racing. He's on to a good gig there, bless him. Yes, it was.
The maddest thing that was at Donington at the weekend, without a doubt, supercarts.
Oh,
yeah.
They are absolutely nuts. They look make motorcycle racers look sensible.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous things they are. But
Jamie knows about that, don't you, Jamie? What did you do the other week in one?
Not a supercar. I went on a Rotax, one of my mates' Rotax from work, and I cracked the rib about 3-4 weeks before racing. So I think it's like 40 miles an hour into the tyres sideways. And I bent the steering, bent the chassis. So I've done a proper job.
Oh, so you did it properly?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm still recovering as well now.
Not good. They're fast in their own right as well. I remember I tested a Rotax Clay Pigeon Raceway many years ago, and I remember getting out the thing and my thumbs had cramped so hard I genuinely couldn't move my thumbs off my hands. I was like
I was like that after a 30-minute kart race a few years ago at Buckmore Park.
Unfortunately, karting's not for me, as I'm 6'5" and quite wide. Karting's just, it's not my thing.
Yeah, I think the other half spanned me from karting now. So
well, if you're going to break it and break yourself, that's not good for team morale, that is it?
No, especially a few weeks before racing.
Not ideal.
No.
But then the rest of the weekend, of course, I was on comms for BARC TV at Brands Hatch. We covered the opening weekend of the British Truck Racing Championship. Numbers a little bit down in that, unfortunately, this year. A few drivers have elected to go and race on the continent this year. But still, some very good action. A couple of returning drivers. Say again, sorry?
They're just mad as well, aren't they? They're just
yes,
crazy.
Massive.
Especially in the wet when the heavens opened halfway through Monday it was.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we got
say on that racing. We Jamie went. I've got to say actually, a shout out to the junior Saxos. Clean racing. I mean, they did have admittedly quite a nasty accident on the Monday, which was due to the weather. It wasn't bad driving at all. Clean, respectful driving by those youngsters, like really impressive.
Very good standard.
Shout out for that.
Yeah.
Yes, I can tell you the two drivers involved in the accident. It was caused when one car just spun in. I think they copped some of the worst of the weather. One car spun out, Paddock, another one had nowhere to go. Both the drivers, as far as I know, are okay.
Oh, that's
brilliant.
Good. Yeah, it did look a bit of a biggie. But then, as you said, the terrible weather right along the bottom of Paddock Hill, wasn't it? It was just a river. So
the juniors, and I think the mini challenge club sports race, their last race, they got the worst of the conditions. How they could see where they were going, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember hearing you on the commentary, and it was just like, because as you said, half of them don't even have headlights, do they?
No, they've got the headlights are covered, so some of them couldn't see where they were going.
Yeah.
One car I do like in that series is the Mini Cooper S Coupe of Stephen Berry.
Stephen Berry,
that's a great looking car, and it's got active aero as well. You look at the rear wing on it.
Yeah, mad bit of kit that. It's great to see. Again, it's something different, isn't it? Like mini R53s and R56s, they're everywhere, aren't they? And even because I didn't realise as well, there was a couple of. Would you class them as estates? I know you were having the debate on the live stream, weren't you?
The Clubman estate, Gary Papworth's got one. He started racing this year. And there's the other one, the series that Suffolk Road and Race have built.
Yeah. So I thought that was the only one. So to see a few more coming out, I thought it was pretty cool as well. So
if you can race an estate in Super Touring,
this is it.
Exactly.
Well, you'll be pleased to hear we've got an estate coming to the Jag soon.
Have you?
Oh, yeah, we've got, believe it or not, the guys at Auto Reserve again, Mark and Craig, are currently building an X-type estate, right, with a 3-litre petrol. Look at Dave, he's like that. But there's a tenuous link.
You won't try.
There's a very tenuous link. In the fact, of course, TWR of Jag fame, Tom Walkinshaw, he was responsible for the Volvos, wasn't he?
He did the Volvos, yeah.
Yeah, so I say we, the Royal We, I'm not doing anything. But Mark and Craig are busy building this mad X-type estate. And actually, it's on the Auto Reserve YouTube channel. I think it's about 3 episodes so far. They're just building it in their spare time, and it looks mad. And I think it's going to be really quick. It's going to be front wheel rather than the all-wheel drive. They're going to do a front wheel drive. It's going to be a 3-litre V6, and the livery's still up for debate. I think all I'm going to say is going to have some kind of super touring type renaissance, and of course the fact that a lot of people refer to the X-type as a Mondeo may give an potential angle they're looking at. But honestly, that's what's so great about the Jags. We've always traditionally had like the full of XJSs and even X300s, which is an early XJ6, as Dave says. It would have been a Series 4 XJ. Oh no, the XJ40, which is a square one, would have been a Series 4 effectively, and then you had the X300, which is the straight 6 kind of saloon, which you made. Tom Robinson of Swallows Racing did really well a couple of years ago. So you got, there you go. So that blue one at the back there, that's Rick Walker. He's just had that built by Swallows in the French racing blue, and that's a supercharged 4-litre 6-cylinder engine, and as Dave will have, again, when the commentary in 2022, when Tom Robinson was leading away in that year, had a very similar car to that. But they never raced in period. It's not even, and Tim's car at the front, which is a Series 1 Daimler, they were never raced in period, and neither was a diesel XJ. But we're just, the whole premise behind it originally was they were cheap cars to get on the racetrack.
Yeah. The only ones to race, I think, other than I'm trying to think now. The only one to race other than the XJS was the Broadspeed XJ12 Coupe in about 1980.
Yes. Yeah,
I've seen one of those at JD Classics, and they are stunning.
If you ever go to the Heritage Jaguar Daimler Heritage Trust up near Gaydon, they've got it in there, and certain times of the year they do like parades and stuff, and you can just go down for the day, like with the Jaguar Breakfast Club, and they always like, just for the kind of the sort of the noise of the XJS V12, that Broadspeed car. You can find it on social media. They're everywhere. And then when those things start up, honestly, you dread to think how on earth they even drove in period with them. Like their ears must be bleeding.
Right. I've got a challenge for you, James, and Auto Reserve. Now, I know about your building an estate. If you want a really mad project, find a Lynx Eventer and race that.
Now, Dave, I was only just having a conversation with a Mr. Ram. You know James Ram.
Yeah.
He's got a sort of a desire to build one of them. I think it was like the bread van. For those who don't know what it is, you've got an XJS and this company called Lynx in the 80s to make your ultimate XJS shooting brake. They said, and it looks like, it's not, it's like a bread van estate car, and they were quite rare, not very, and they were. Let's be honest, they were.
I've checked them. They made only 67 on.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, bloody hell.
You're good at this, Dave. He's on the old, his internet's working, Nick. Right. So
I know what it was. I know my problem. It's now fixed.
So yeah, though I think, and there's a couple of people actually. You probably know Daniel Stewart, Dave. You probably remember that name. He's actually got a road going car of that. He's got a road. So there's a few of us that, a few of the Jag fans that have got a sort of a thing for that, and that would be crazy. That would be a mental car to bring out, wouldn't it? I can't work out if it'd be quick or slow, but yeah, mate.
I have seen one get raced, but I'm not sure I should talk about that here because that was in a banger race.
Dave, that's it, isn't it? There, that's it.
But I've got to ask James. James, what's your fuel consumption like in your diesel?
Very good.
During a race, I'm just intrigued.
It's like literally, it's ridiculous. I think we're just put it this way: you only have to fill it up. I think, to be honest, we barely get through a tank or anything on the.
No.
I can't remember what litre tank it is. I'll have to, if the guys listening from Auto Reserve,
800
in the comments
litre
now, tell us how much we got. But on the complete opposite, Andy Harper in his XJ, in his S-Type R, is doing, I think, about, depending on how quick he's going and what he's done with the map, he's either doing 2 litres or 4 litres a minute.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God.
so that thing is rapid, and that thing, those cars, that's seriously kipping out some fuel. That thing, it's quite expensive weekend for Andy. I'm on the budget end with the diesel. He's on the high octane stuff.
When we finished the race at Silverstone, and the focus of, I brought up the trip computer. I can't remember what it said. I think it was 2.2 miles to the gallon. I think I averaged over the weekend.
Wow. Well, mine actually did really well. I've still got a full tank of fuel. That's one positive.
I'm so glad you said that there, Sarah. I was very, very close to saying it. Talking of, as you say, you managed to source an engine, and as you say, it's being sorted now. Still.
Yeah, literally. I haven't looked at my messages, but it might even be done whilst we're on here. Ooh. I hope not, but I hope so. I hope not, because I'm going to nick Matt's car. Otherwise, I'm going to nick the Megane. I'm going to try my hand at the Megane. Seems we're breeding Meganes at the moment. I might have a go at that one.
There you go. Look how fast that looks there.
She was, but do you know what? She ran absolutely, well, I say faultless. She did try killing Matt to begin with. We didn't realise it had a little bit of a fuel leak that was coming inside. And when Matt got out on his first stint, I wasn't there at the time. He was really sick, bless him, and struggled with a really bad headache for a couple of days. But we think we've sorted that now. Well, we hope to sort that now. But the car itself was... I literally can't get over how, we finished it on the Friday night and it got a podium the next day. It was
a cracking effort.
Yeah, really pleased with that. And
as I said,
she's racing again.
How on earth do you look after 6 cars?
Don't get me started. And rapping, don't get me started. Like, literally.
It's fun. We're getting there slowly.
These cars were easier because they're quite a simple design, but race remembrance, God, I could have killed Matt when he come up with, should we do Spitfires?
Did you guys?
Yeah, great idea. I did. Yeah. Matt helped me, and we wrapped those.
That's amazing.
Singly, it wasn't a design wrap. We literally had green and grey wrap and
just put it all
literally cut it out and turned them into Spitfires.
I've got to say it. I reckon that would have won last year's best looking race car of the year.
No, but it was after. It was after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this is the thing, and I'm going to say it now. This year's awards will actually be the start of next year, so that cars will be included from Race Remembrance and the Plum Pudding as well. So,
we'll have to enter it then.
Yeah. If anyone is listening and felt a little bit hard done by that, we're going to move the awards to the beginning of next year for this year. So you have a whole year to make your cars look pretty.
Fantastic. So, and we'll still be selling the poppies as well. We've got another car to fill on the roof. So That went so well. You know, we've got so many loved ones on the roof, and we my car's running all this year with the name still on the roof.
Brilliant.
So yeah, that's quite touching. So we're doing that again to raise some money for the Royal Poppy Legion.
So to be fair,
how many cars are we taking at ROR?
Two, Jamie, two, because potentially we could do the Burkett rally the week before in maybe one or two of the other cars, but I think we've raised remembrance. Yeah, no, 2 cars for ROR. You've heard it now. Just 2.
Yeah.
Just 2. That's us looking happy before the beginning. Yeah, that was. We were laughing because we'd just been overtaken by an electric scooter on the grid. We look relatively dry, actually, because believe it or not, 5 minutes prior, Jamie was Anna from Frozen. Mm-hmm. Was it Elsa? Was you Anna or Elsa? And Elsa. I was Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, you was Elsa. Yeah.
Funnily enough, you didn't send me any of those pictures to feature on tonight's show. Why is that?
Did we not? Oh, didn't realise that.
I didn't get any of those ones. But again,
people wouldn't want to see that.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think there was a video that went round with all of us dancing in a circle to Let It Go, Frozen. All the men were dressed up in princess dresses. And people were like, were you all drunk? And I was like, no, we were completely sober. We were just about to race cars. But yeah, it's a mad race, that one. Race
so what is that race? It's the Summit of Tom Foolishness, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I can never pronounce it. Baffoon of Foolnesses.
Oh, that's
yeah. So you sort of run round a quarter of the track or across it, if you're like me and you cheat.
What's that about? Because I was watching the live stream last year and it was just so many people. Track limits, surely.
Well, it's a little bit of track limits. Although the first year it backfired because it's quite. If you've been to Anglesey, it's quite boggy in the middle. Yeah. And I'm quite ashamed to say I sunk in the bog and had to be rescued by a marshal. My piggyback.
Good old Orange Charlie.
But yeah, so I cross and then you go down. I'm surprised they still run it because I'm surprised we don't break our legs. You run down this hill and then into the cold Irish Sea in November. Yeah, you swim round a bollard and then you come out, climb up a steep hill, run back across the track, and then you've got a race to get undressed to get on the grid 5 minutes later.
Excellent. I love it. I think that's brilliant. And we are going to do it one year, Steph.
Yeah.
Even if you go, even if you just go and be part of it, it's brilliant. But you've got to dress up and do it.
He doesn't know it yet, but he will be doing it in a Borat style man bomb. All the shoeies that he still owes us.
Great idea. You see all sorts.
There's a lifeguard with Speedos on, really tight Speedos, weren't there? I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before. But yeah, you see some weird and wonderful costumes.
Everyone make a note of this because Steph will be doing that. Just so everybody knows, whilst we've got our ambassadors this year and all of our partners and everyone like that, we've got a little group chat on the go. And this year, without a shadow of doubt, we have said, anytime you end up on a podium, everyone, you have to do a shoey. It's as simple as that, right? That man.
Well, you're not including us in that, are you? Just him. We're not including that, no?
You're not part of our ambassador scheme. So our ambassador stuff and us lot. If I get a podium, I'll do it. He owes us 2. He got 2 third places at Silverstone.
You need to remind me at the track when I'm there.
You're a grown-ass adult. I'm pretty sure
I'm too busy doing other things to think, hang on a minute, let me get a drink and stick it in my shoe and drink it.
Oh. I wouldn't want to do that after an hour in the car.
No.
There's only one pair of shoes.
Yeah. But in his defence, we've also, to be fair, judging by Eddie's performance, which I've just seen, I saw him pop a comment up if he is still watching. Here he is. Any more? If he's as quick as he was this weekend, he's going to be doing a fair few shoeies. I haven't seen Mike Good, but Mike at the weekend at the Castle Flume, yesterday at Howard's Day, he got two class wins as well. So he owes us some shoeies. We're going to have a very drunk ambassador program this year, I think.
Talking of success, we have a comment here, James.
Oh.
It says the secret of your success is lager and curry. Is this true?
Oh, I know what Mr. Right. So there's a bit of tradition when we go up to Donington to go to the restaurant there called Gandhi's, right? And they're great in there. And I'm going to have to bring up a photo, which hopefully I can get. And I hope, Nick, this is within your guidelines when we were talking before we came live about keeping it clean.
Well, the guidelines are there are no guidelines.
one of my let me just bring it up because it is funny. So one of the guys is great value, Colin Philpott, and again, name that Dave will know, really successful, drives an XJS, Power Bell, Jags. They're an independent specialist, and he looks a spitting image of Gandhi. And there's this amazing photo as you go in to Gandhi's of Gandhi there. And I'm going to have to show you because everyone's going to be wetting themselves now in the comments. And I do apologize. I don't mean to cause any offense. Here we go. Right. So I don't know if this is going to work. So in this restaurant, there is a picture of Gandhi there, right? You can see there, right? And below is our mate Colin.
Oh my God.
So whenever we go in, you can imagine they think it's the second coming when he walks in. They're all, best seat in the house. We get,
oh dear, you should not have just said that with a commentator in the room.
Yes, we should have.
Right,
I apologise in advance.
No, but it's so funny because look, what's the race weekend without some beverage and some food, eh? So when we go to Donington, Gandhi's is always a firm favourite. We all clamber in a taxi to get down there or whatever it is, an Uber, arrive, and a sort of 20 of us all pile in. Yeah. And they're great because they just come round, beer, and you're like, yeah, and you're like, just keep going, and then it's great fun. So that's what Mr. Ram is referring to. We had a great night actually. It was a few of us than normal a couple of weekends ago, and it was good to get back. It's just that everyone within 10 minutes of being at the race circuit. Yeah. You're just straight away on the banter, taking the piss out of each other, and then the next night, you're down the curry house with the lads, having a few. and then, as I was sleeping in a camper van with the guy I mentioned earlier, Mr. Lenthal, who's like, I'll be honest, he was playing "God Save the Queen" with his arse at 3 in the morning. It's a bit much. You sort of wake up, it's sort of foggy, you're like, what's going on in here? And someone opens the door and morning chaps, Jesus Christ, it's just, got the walk of shame to the Donington bogs at like 6:30 in the morning in a pair of flip-flops and a towel.
There is certainly nothing graceful about club motorsport, is there?
No, there isn't. Except I have to say, I think Sarah's got it right with his Puretrack Racing. I like the idea of turning up with 6 cars and all the all your gear. We're a bit more rough and ready, the Jags. As I say, there's a few more that turn up in the Range Rovers with the things on the back. There's a few, Guy Conyu's got the best motorhome in the paddock. It's better than my house. And then, and then you've got others that are sort of in converted horse boxes and all that kind of stuff. So we're all a bit of a mix, but it's
But that to me is that is the best thing about it, isn't it? It's just, as you say, we've spent months away fixing, tinkering, making our cars better, more reliable and faster. But as you say, as soon as you get back in that paddock and you get back to your familiar faces or even the new faces that are joining it, it's just you cannot beat it.
You can't.
You cannot beat that.
It's so funny.
You can't. It's family, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, one of the reasons I've got such a good relationship with Andy Harper, honestly, was when Tom had lent me his XJS in March 22 for Easter. In fact, Dave, you covered that race. Do you remember when Alan Hersey and his BMW came down the hill and pulled out in front of me, and I just missed the tyre walls. It's got quite a good bit of footage if you can find it. But Dave was commentating on it, and I was racing Andy in the diesel, and I didn't know Andy that well at the time, but we're having this really close race, and you are like, it sounds a bit drastic putting your life in their hands, but it's this innate kind of trust that you've got with someone. Mm-hmm. I didn't really know him that well. Got out of the car, and we're like man hugging, and just like that was the most amazing thing. I'm like smacked off my, high on life thing. It's the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. And once you've done that with someone like that, you can't. It's weird, isn't it? You know these people in your life, and you have a great relationship with them, but it's just something special about the racing lot. I think
door to door having
exactly.
Well, I remember when me and Steph did the C1 24-hour race, and my 2-hour stint, which was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Guy in front of me, can't even remember his name, can't even remember the car. But for the whole 2 hours, we were literally just pulling each other around the whole track, having the best time, just sweeping in and out of these cars for 2 hours. And honestly, I got out the car and I went down to his pit and was like, I said to his team, I was like, who was just driving your car? And he's like, well, he's still out there now. I'll come back in a little bit. And then when I came back about half an hour to an hour later, and we were just like, mate, that was amazing. No idea who he was.
Exactly, that's what I mean. It's brilliant, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
Love it.
It's amazing.
100% exactly what it's all about. But
I've also, just to quickly, Sarah, in answer to your question, my team boss, Mr. Harper's just texted me to say that we get 15 mpg on the diesel, which isn't bad, is it? 15.
Nice.
That's not bad for a race.
All right, isn't it? It's all right.
Better than my van on the road.
Good.
And then we do 2 litres of fuel in the S-Type, not 4. I think I said 4, or in some cases, it's 2. But it's still expensive for him. But on the good stuff, the Shell Optimax, whatever it is, the good juice. So there you go, 15 mpg. So if you think of it,
not bad.
You splash out for that, do you? Splash out for the fancy diesel.
Shall I get another Puretrack card? What Renault?
That's what I think. I'm thinking, Sarah. We got maybe a Megane diesel.
Yeah, like an estate Megane diesel or something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I could just get this, the big Spaz, the 7-seater. What about one of those?
That'd be good.
You're going to
need to tow one of the cars. Oh, don't. I just need to keep them all separate so we don't get any more of them. It seems to be a thing. If you park them too close to each other, they breed another one. It's like,
that's the French for you.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
It must be a nightmare trying to get them all to a track, though.
Do you know what? We're very lucky, actually. We only have to worry about one. We've got a very good transport company guy that picks them up and takes them and brings them back. So it's perfect. It's just a nightmare trying to get them all ready and in order, ready for him to put them on. And so that bit's nice and easy.
You're winning there, aren't you? Just get a transport person. Just get them done.
Yeah. You could go down the route of getting a big lorry, but where do you stop? Do you get 2 big lorries? Where do you put them? Who's going to drive them? So it just works out well, and especially if we've got 2 races back to back. So like we had last weekend at Silverstone, we had 3 1 on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. So on Sunday he took 2 of them back. So the time I got back on Sunday with the other one, 3 were back already. So
cool,
nice.
Yeah, done and dusted, out of the way. Gone.
That is good. I like that. That's a very well run system. Guys, I'm just going to pop onto some of the comments at the moment because they are lighting up. Good evening, Megan. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the show. And then we've got Max Sylvain. Hi, James. James is there.
Yeah.
And then he did follow straight up with this. That was his card.
Sorry, Max.
Was that the car that's in the photo that is no longer being able to be photoed?
Yeah, I think it had different plastics on, but it's still not fixed. It's still waiting for the chassis to be straightened. But yeah, sorry.
That's hilarious.
I love it. And then Dave's just popped up. He popped up earlier on saying, "Imagine that Lynx with the centre locks like the Bathurst cars." That's a naughty thought, isn't it?
All I can say to that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't watched that, I know I'm Mr. Jag, but if you haven't watched Tom Wilkinshaw do the Bathurst lap, oh my God, that thing is just unbelievable. The noise, the sounds. You'll know it, Dave, won't you? Just nothing. I mean,
possibly the best video ever, just shading the lap of the gods.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. Where it's not often on a Friday night when I've had a few beers or whatever. The wife is watching some crap on TV like Love Island or something that's not going to bring anything to my life. And I'm sat there.
Steph really
sorry, Nick. Right, okay, don't say that. Yeah.
Steph loves Love Island.
Yeah, draw the line there.
I know,
That's too far.
And I'm sat there on the sofa, like sitting back. I've got my phone out and I've got the ear pods in, and I'm just listening to it, and I'm just, oh God, I'm just like, and then we're all really sad because we then sit on the WhatsApp sharing shit at 1 o'clock in the morning, going, "Have you seen this? Have you seen that?" We all come back. It's the best lap ever. So I've already had a few comments, Dave. You've already, because of your legendary Jaguar knowledge, I'm getting messages here saying we've got to get Dave on the Jag WhatsApp group.
Oh,
you'll have to come and join us, Dave. Yeah, you up for that?
Yes, that'd be fine. Thanks.
Brilliant. No, we'd love to have you along because we love, one of the things we love about you commentating is your epic knowledge. I've got to ask, is that really, is it interest you watch books, read books, or not watch books? You can't watch books, but you know what I mean? Like watch TV, do you read stuff? How do you get your encyclopedia knowledge? Because your knowledge is just unreal about every single, I've never seen you commentate on anything. You just know everything.
Because I don't know anything else. All I know is
But I honestly, I mean, Dave, I'm so happy when you said you wanted to come on because
so am I.
It is
brilliant.
It blows my mind. As I said before we came on, I can barely keep people going. Like I can barely keep us six going. I mean, it doesn't help I've had shit internet this evening, but I've always found it massively interesting. Like me, I love cars. I like racing. I like going fast, but I could not tell you who won this race on this date. This particular, the weather, and I know, Dave, you are incredible, and you know,
I'm not as sharp as I used to be because I'm getting old now.
Oh, come on,
we're all getting
old, Dave.
But
old.
Literally, all I have ever worked in since I was 16 is motorsport. Pretty much all I ever read about or watch is motorsport. It's my life. That's how I know.
What a legend, Dave Goddard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
he's an absolute ledge.
He's an absolute legend for that. Definitely.
He is, honestly. It just whenever you're a comment, like, yes, I always know I'm going to learn something. Genuinely, Dave. I honestly think, oh yeah, what classics Dave's going to come out with, and then I say when you're doing the Jag stuff, it's brilliant because you remember us all, and your knowledge about Jaguars of old and what's happening is just brilliant, and we all love it. So yeah, you can consider it. I'll get your mobile number somehow, and that's it, mate. Your life's going to change. I don't know if it's going to be for the better, but it's definitely going to change.
They'll have you as an accessory to some robberies and stuff, this Jag lot. You know what they're like.
You've been meeting up at Dandy's.
Well,
in the past, Jags were favoured as getaway cars, weren't they?
Exactly.
Can you fit in a boot? Can you
imagine what you could do with the estate?
We'll get you all tooled up, Dave. You can be Dangerous Dave or something. That can be your gangster name, Dave. Dangerous Dave.
I feel like we've started something here. Like,
yeah,
it's going to be an accessory.
Who called me that once when I was on comms with him? I think it was Chris Dawes.
Good old Chris Dawes.
Yeah.
All right,
Dangerous Dave, and I was like, yes, I do.
I love that. Oh, just seen this one as well. Good evening, Peter Birchall. Hope you're well, mate.
Evening.
And also, just one of the last comments. Here's Dave Cox agreeing that the food at your place, James, is...
Gandhi's, top notch.
Yeah,
can't beat a biryani.
Not been there myself because I only live 45 minutes from Donington, so I usually go home after a Donington meeting. I don't stay up there for the weekend.
Well, it sounds like you're about to be abducted and taken away.
Honorary member. And if you don't like curries, Dave, you like sausages, Dave?
Yes.
Plenty of them.
Good, because Mr. Michael Holt.
Yes.
God, it is spicy sausages. If it's not James ramming up a wrench up your arse at a race meeting, you've got Mr. Holt walking round talking about his spicy sausages.
This is sounding really odd now.
I was going to say, what is going on in this paddock?
Yeah.
For anybody listening, we do not condone any of this kind of behaviour in the paddock.
Excuse Give us a special lunch, Sarah.
If it's your thing, the Jags are the place to
Just part of the welcoming ceremony.
Just for the record, he has a very good local butcher. He's got a reputation for bringing a barbecue, and he loves to cook sausages for everyone. So again, that's another thing. If we haven't got a good Indian near us, we'll fire up the barbie and start having Michael's. You know, I don't know, all these different weird and wonderful flavors of, or different. You know, not just Cumberland or whatever. You've got all these different things, but you know, he's renowned for his sausages.
Oh, I love
he needs to get to Barcelona and try Botifaro sausages. They're lovely.
But that is again, that's another perk of the being back with your racing family, isn't it? That camaraderie in the end where you're all barbecue. Now the clocks have gone forward and the weather's. I say the weather's starting to get better, slightly starting to get better. You know, it won't be long, and we will be beers and barbecues in the evenings and things like that, won't we? It's best thing out there. Right, guys, I think we'll start to round this up quickly. Well, not quickly. We're not rushing you. Obviously, the race season has only just started with only 3 weeks done and dusted. Guys, I'll come to you first, Sarah. What have you guys got lined up for the rest of the year? Where are you guys going?
Well, we've got this coming weekend. We are at Snetterton, me and Jamie, and Matt racing the Megans and the Clios. And then the following week, we're at Brands Hatch with Club Sport, with another 2 Clios and a Megan. So we've got a full season of Club Sport and Super Sport. And then, obviously, of course, Race for Remembrance at the end of the year.
As well. Brilliant.
Nice.
We look forward to seeing that one. What about you, Dave? Where are we going next for you?
Well, this weekend I'm going to Herenveen in the Netherlands for a motorsport that's even more mad than supercars.
Oh, okay.
I'm covering the World Ice Speedway Championship. Ever seen Speedway on a speed skating rink with spiked tyres?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I covered the first round in Germany a couple of weeks ago, and it was absolutely mad and completely unpredictable. There are so many shock results, and I can't wait for this weekend.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, you have to keep us posted with that one, because, as you say, they're like spiky, and they're like fully like laying down almost.
Well, yeah, you're laid over horizontal. I can't really demonstrate it here, but
no, I think
worth watching. Coming up on FIM TV.
Excellent. Well, again, you'll have to keep us posted with that. When's your next club event?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I've got quite a lot of clashes this year, unfortunately. But
annoying being so good, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of commitments in the two-wheel world this year, which are taking up quite a bit of my time. But I will be back on BARC TV soon.
Excellent. Oh, well, we all look forward to that for sure. What about yourself, James? What you got going on this year?
Yeah, so we're at Alton Park at the end of April. I think it's a Saturday 27th. I think it is off the top of my head. And then in May we move to Thruxton. And then we roll on. There's a couple of things. I think we've got brands on the circuit. There's a few anyway. There's about 7 or 8 meetings for the championship. So yeah, next one's Alton Park, which I think we're all looking for. A lot of people it's a great circuit. I've never raced it, funny enough, actually, but I know it's a firm favourite with many, isn't it? Because it's
a beautiful track.
It is.
So I'm
hoping to get a track day in before the race weekend. But I'm really looking forward to that because I've never done that. But that'll be a good one to look forward to, and I hope the weather just gets a bit better now. Like you said, with the clocks going forward, it's just been so wet, hasn't it? So hopefully,
Oh yeah, do you know what? That's what's missing right now, isn't it? It's just more rain. I feel like it hasn't rained enough.
It's raining here at the moment.
Yeah, staying down here.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Probably is here too.
Yeah, I don't know. Surely it's got to run out at some point, hasn't it?
Hopefully. What about you guys? What are you up to?
Steph's skipping Alton Park, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm missing Alton Park. Would have been next weekend, but I'll be back out 6th of May, bank holiday for Castle Combe with my Fords. So
that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be
actually
fun.
Oh no, sorry, no, James, you jumped ship now, haven't you? You wouldn't be at Brands Hatch in June, will you?
No, for the Super Tourers, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that was an amazing event. I didn't race in it last week, but last year I went to spectate. Fantastic spectacle, and it really was a spectacle. It was unreal. I mean, it was unreal. And I know that some of the drivers will be doing stuff, I'm sure, within one of the series, perhaps the Thunders or something. They'll go and join that. There's a few It's because you just, I mean, again, if people are listening and you didn't get to go to it last year, you've got to. I mean, some of the people that flew in.
Yeah, it
You
was
Paul Rudder seats there. You had, I
Yeah.
mean, loads of drivers. Anthony Reid does stuff for the Super Tourers. Oh, it was just unbelievable.
Well, fingers crossed that is going to be our debut this year.
Oh, brilliant! Okay, yeah, in your Vector, is it?
It will hopefully.
I'll keep everything. I'll keep everything crossed for you, mate, because that'll be. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine that? That'll just. I can't even imagine what that'll be like. I just can't even imagine it.
We were meant to be there last year, but Rod 3 decided it didn't want to stay in the car, so I feel for you here, Sarah. I know how it feels. So, but no, that'll be my race debut this year. Fingers crossed. So, no, guys, it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. The fact that it's only been 3 weeks of racing and we've had so much. You know, BRSTC have started, Mark have started, 750 have now started, Castle Coombe have started. All of these clubs have all started their race seasons, and long may it continue.
What was the other one that we had last week? I noticed the new club, Equipe Classic Racing, has started as well.
Oh, the CMMC.
No, Equipe Classic.
The Equipe, yes.
We're taking over some of the MG Car Club stuff. Seeing Peter Birchall's name pop up might remind me of that, because he's racing an MG Cup.
He is, yes. Absolute legend. It's so good to see him out racing. There he is. In fact, actually, you can see in his little picture there.
Oh, yeah.
His car.
Cool. MG ZS 180, very cool.
Very cool car. See, that's where I'm at. And if it was a saloon style, if it's a saloon car, I'm happy. Sorry, guys. I know you've got your fast hatchbacks, and Steph, you've got your huge hatchback. I'm with James over here this way. And big, good man. Big saloons.
Big saloons,
I still don't get it right. But, guys, I'm going to round this up quickly. Actually, there's one more shout out I need to make, because I didn't shout him out in the news earlier. For anybody who is looking for car setups at the moment, All Square Racing Road are currently on holiday.
Yeah.
So Chris is currently out in the Lake District. He's having a well-deserved week off, and I just wanted to make that little picture for him. Bless him. I love the fact he takes the week off, like just as the race season starts.
Well, he set everyone's cars up to
I suppose all the cars are set
up
now, aren't they? So. But obviously he will be back, guys. So if anyone is looking to get their car set up, get in touch with him when he's back. But guys, I'm going to round up tonight. Thank you very much for coming on to the show.
Thank
you all the best throughout your 2024 seasons, and just don't forget to tag Club Racing UK, and we can keep sharing your posts.
Definitely will.
Thank you,
guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, and we will see you all very soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.